You and actually hear from you on any other issue you'd like to write to us at Morning Live SABC. But this is the focus of our attention this morning. What still needs to be done to eradicate racism in South Africa? And this is a massive question. It really is. And we'll certainly be talking about this a lot as time goes by. I mean, we're constantly talking about racism in South Africa and how we can get rid of it and how far we have come or how far we have not come. Now, what brings us to talk about this is, and again, this is also our top trending topic this morning, a guy named Adam Katsavelos took to his social media stream. I'm not sure whether it was on Facebook or what he had done, whether it was on Instagram, that he'd filmed a video message. He was standing on a beach somewhere, I'm not too sure where it was, and filming how beautiful it was, and then proceeded to use the K word in this little video message of his, saying how beautiful it was. Look, there are no Ks here. Now, this is a South African guy who lives in Africa, who lives here, works here, and I think, believe me, they have found out exactly where he works, what his wife does, what he does for a living, what his company's name is, and he is earning his living here in South Africa and looks like he's leading a very, very good life, and then takes to Twitter and is exceptionally racist in what he says. And Twitter was having none of it yesterday, and they named and shamed the guy, and of course, he is now the top trending topic. So on this note, let's put our trending topics up as well. Okay, no, we'll get back to the trending topics as well, but that is the very, very first trending topic. And it angers everybody, because I can promise you it doesn't just anger black people. I can promise you that coming from a white person such as myself, seeing something like that makes me furious. It really does. You know, you want to go forward, you want to make this country a better place and live and work together, and yet you have guys like that just ruin it for everybody else. So yeah, Adam Katsavelos, we're not happy with you in South Africa, so come home so we can show you whether you belong or not. All right, let's go on to our top stories for today, those to look forward to, the big ones that of course will be trending today. Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane appears before the Justice Committee to respond to calls by the DA's chief whip for her to go. That's one of the major events. And of course our President, Cyril Ramaphosa, answering oral questions in the National Assembly. So that parliamentary channel will be the one to watch today. The South African Human Rights Commission launches its investigation or investigative hearings report on the socio-economic challenges of mining-affected communities in the country. All right, those are your stories that are going to be the big ones for the day. But right now, let's get on to your trending topics for this morning. And there we go. Okay, so as I mentioned, Adam Katsavelos, that's the top trending topic. If you haven't heard of him, well, I'm wondering if he even knows what he's doing here in South Africa and what he's done for his name. But the reality is that as far as we've read and heard, he's actually gotten rid of all of his social media accounts, including his wife. So, and that is just a snapshot from the video that he posted, and you can see that he's in some exotic location and bragging how beautiful it was, but the way he bragged just upset everybody, and deservedly so. So that's the top trending topic this morning. Then, of course, Eid Mubarak. We've got our Muslim viewers and our Muslim community that have Eid, and that's the reason why Sakina is not with us this morning. She's observing Eid today. And EPL, there was a big announcement coming out of the SABC yesterday. The European Premier League will be shown on SABC. I think that's going to be happening on Saturday. So the Premier League will be live, and that's showcasing Saturday afternoon matches from on the biggest stage on SABC 3, PL on 3. So the SABC proud to announce that they're going to be showing those matches. And then finally, Afro World View, that is trending because as of yesterday, that was no longer broadcasting. You do remember that was ANN7 taken over by Jimmy Manye and renamed Afro World View, but it's no longer broadcasting. And the sad story is a lot of people have now lost their jobs due to the closure of this, and talking about how they're planning on paying them out and finishing off payments for them. So Those are your top trending topics for this morning. Please do get hold of us at Morning Live SABC. Hashtag Morning Live. We look forward to hearing from you on this Wednesday morning. But right now, let us get you a traffic update. And Rob Byrne is on the line. Rob, a very, very good morning to you. How are the
Very good morning to you, Leanne. Happy Wednesday. Good morning, South Africa. We're a little bit top-heavy in the public transport information this morning, but it is vital and it's key because so many people rely on public transport services. And here's some good news to start with. How Train this morning coming out and saying that their services are operating normally. This is a look yesterday going into one of the How Train stations in Joburg when the service was very, very badly and significantly disrupted. Trains leaving Park Station were only 4 carriages. They were full. So commuters at Rosebank had absolutely nowhere to go. People couldn't get on or off the trains yesterday. And I thought you'd like to see just how busy it can be and how many people rely on How Train. But the good news is that the service has been restored. And according to How Train, it's a normal service operating across the province this morning. All right, let's stay with public transport down into Cape Town. Yet another train fire. This happened yesterday at Koeberg Station. Now, what that means, and of course, Koeberg Station is a fairly central station where a lot of the metropolitan lines, suburban lines, run through. So what it means is more train sets out of service, more carriages off the tracks on already limited train service anyway. So, hard-hit train commuters around Cape Town should just be factoring some extra delays on most of the main lines. Certainly the Northern, the Captain's Clip Central line and Cape Flats line that run through Koeberg Station. Also, My City, this is important if you're in Atlantis. There was some protesting yesterday which suspended My City services into Atlantis area. But you can see a tweet there this morning from My City saying that all bus services, that's the feeder and the main line, have been restored to the Atlantis area. And we're back to some blasting in the Eastern Cape today. We haven't had blasting out this way for a while. The road between Dutwa and Umtata, about 40 k's outside Dutwa on your way to Umtata, near them 10-2 cuttings where the roadworks are. The road will be closed today from 12 o'clock. It could potentially be a 2-hour closure, so factor that into your travels today. Go before 12 or after 2 for straight-through travel between Dutwa and Umtata. That's the latest with the Morning Live traffic reports. I'm Rob Byrne. Let's get away.